Okay. Right. Audio okay, yeah?
All good, mate, yeah.
Alright, let's get it. Okay, Christian, we got to do this. I am just sick to death of some of these players, and with one in particular. Obviously, you know who I'm on about. You've just seen the game yourself. Yeah. This is not... we actually did a podcast last night about this, and we were talking about a certain player giving it the big one before a game, and Matic was clapping back. Andre Onana has given Lyon in a quarter-final of the Europa League 2 goals. The first one was a cross that he has palmed in with his pathetic, soggy bread hands. How we are surviving in any of these games with this goalkeeper is beyond me. It's just a disgrace that it's almost too cliche. I think I said it. I think I shorted it before. Of all the players to put pressure on themselves before a massive game, he was not the one.
Mate, it's exactly what I said. I just cannot believe. And like I put it in the WhatsApp group with you and our cousin Pat, who's been on the channel before, and I said even a big dog doing that, you wouldn't even want a top goalie doing that before a big game, because you are putting unnecessary pressure on yourself and the team. For an absolute donut to do it was ludicrous. It makes no sense.
No, Christian, you might have missed it, but pre-game, Paul Scholes actually said that he would not have ever said anything like that. Paul Scholes is one of the best midfielders of all time, who has the respect of all his peers. You have an absolute donut who doesn't know what his hands are for. Does he even know what he's meant to be doing in there? Because you know what as well? Patrick just put it in the group chat. He's actually arrogant. The way he swans about his box. Who do you fucking think you are, mate?
Yeah, he is.
You fucking shit.
The comments in themselves are that of an arrogant... You think he's a top-class goalkeeper, but he's not. He's awful. That's the problem. The two don't go hand in hand. How can you have an ego and be one of the worst to ever grace the fucking net at Manchester United?
When does anybody ever come out pre-game and go, we're way better than the opponent? Even if you are, you don't say that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? So, obviously then, the pressure's on, they're booing him. I don't know why Lyon fans are booing him. They should be cheering him.
Yeah,
should be cheering every minute he's on the pitch, because he's a liability. The only reason they're in this tie is because of him.
Yeah, no facts, mate. Just FYI, by the way, for any listeners, I didn't actually watch the game. I've literally just had to sit before I come on live with my brother and just watch a quick flash update, highlight video. So, mate, talk to me from the start. What happened? What was the pattern of the game like? Is it more of what we've seen?
Look, United are playing compact. They're sitting in a little bit. They're trying to be a little bit more hard to beat, which is something that we've seen recently, and it worked fairly well, to be honest. So, that's not really a problem. And then waited for our opportunities, attacked when we could attack, and then Mejraoui gives away a stupid foul in a position, and you know what? Obviously, we weren't doing the watch along because you've been busy. And the ball, the free kick, is sort of a right footer taking it from the left hand side of the pitch. And when he puts the ball down, I'm looking at that far post, and I'm going, please, God, do not let this cross in at your far post. Sometimes it can happen, and it's actually one of them where, he didn't know whether a forward was going to head it, so he didn't actually go with it. Oh, no. Nobody was getting on the end of that ball. He actually dived and actually got gloves on the cross, and it goes in the net. This isn't like one of those spooky Lampard balls that 3-4 guys are inches away. No fucker was near it to head it in. And he gets his fucking gloves on it, and it still goes in. I am sick to death of this goalkeeper. That dickhead Ten Hag had this fucking goalkeeper at his last club. And by the way, if people think this is new, go and check Onana Ajax highlights. This is nothing new. Ten Hag saw this with his own eyes, or at least I thought he did. What does he do? Oh yeah, get rid of De Gea. Yeah, get rid of De Gea, that's fine. But you want to go and get a goalkeeper that you've had in the past, and you
haven't learnt his frailties.
You don't know he makes mistakes every week.
Yeah.
And you spend 50 million English pounds on the guy. What?
It's the amount. It's the amount that is sickening.
What the fucking hell was Ten Hag thinking? Seriously, that summer, can we just... And we'll get to this guy in a minute, by the way. This is not just an Onana hate pod. Don't get me wrong, as tempting as it is. The other guy up top, so we've got... That summer, we spent 72 million on one at that end of the pitch who don't know what he's doing. We've got 50 million at that end of the pitch who don't know what he's doing. You'd probably be better swapping them. That's how fucking bad Højlund and Onana are and were tonight. Højlund tonight was a fucking absolute joke. A steward could have come in and played better. He was abysmal. He can't shoot.
Obviously, like I say, I didn't watch the game, but I was 20 minutes in. I was listening to commentary, and I think it was Gabby Agbonlahor that said on TalkSport, he went, after 20 minutes, I've seen enough. I would sub him. So look, I didn't watch the guy's performance, but you know, you've got Gabby Agbonlahor saying on the radio that after 20 minutes, he should be being brought off.
He was awful.
He said he just wasn't putting himself about. He looked lost, and I just think that's what we've seen all year with him. I think it's just more of the same, and that is what you're going to see until eventually you move on from this.
Dorgu cut the ball back, and I'm not joking. You know that guy who comes down and plays five-a-side, and he's never ever been good at football in his life. He doesn't bend his knee when he shoots. Højlund took a shot first time off a nice Dorgu cutback. Didn't even bend his leg. Hits the back of his foot straight fucking wide. Awful.
Yeah.
And then you've got the ultimate plank at the other end who does not know what his job is. I'm sure of it. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think he's wandering around his box like, fuck me, am I going to stop the ball going in past me or not? Because the fans here are booing me. So why? Sorry, shout out to the Lyon fans, by the way. Why you're booing your best player, I have no idea. Because Onana is the reason you even have a puncher's chance next week, by the way. And this is coming from someone who doesn't rate my team, by the way. That's how bad you are.
Were they terrible, yeah?
Oh, they were shite, Christian.
What's just a quick one on? There was a lot of thing about Cherky.
Didn't really get in the game, to be honest. Obviously, took his tapping quite well at the end.
Onana sorted that.
That's it. Yeah, Cherky's having a difficult night. Up steps Andre Onana, the Cameroonian.
Let's give him a bit of an ego boost.
the Cameroonian nightmare. It's just unbelievable. United are naive though. The way they played that at injury time, by the way, you won't have seen this, but they're going for the third goal. They're getting giddy. Then Casemiro gives it away. Then Mainu hauls someone back and gets a yellow card for it. They don't get back in. They don't defend it well. And what happens? A shot straight down the throat of our Cameroonian special kid in net. What does he do? Spills it straight out. Just a yard either side, Andre. Do you know every time you palm it straight out into the 6-yard box, the other team score? Have you worked that bit out yet or not? I'm confused.
Yeah, Alex, the thing I do not get right is the basics of being a goalkeeper. Neither me or you were interested in that position when we were kids. We always preferred it, like most kids, at the other end. But what I don't get is it is the basics of goalkeeping. I mean, who is the goalkeeping coach at Man United? Or is Onana just like doing his own thing? Because I mean, this palming it straight out into the worst area possible.
Yeah, but
Onana does it consistently. I am talking every single fucking game he gives you one. Whether the team who are playing you takes advantage of it, that's another story. But he gives them that opportunity every single fucking match, man.
Yeah, but Christian, unless the goalkeeping coach is Harry Potter and he can wave a magic wand and make this idiot understand what he's actually doing, I don't think there's any hope. So I've no idea. I've no idea what he even is. It's unbelievable. And yeah, I just going back to the first goal. It's a cross. I don't understand how you cannot handle, even if, say it goes straight into the back post, right, and he stands still. Yes, it's shit, but then you're like, okay, he's misjudged it. He actually gets two hands on a bouncing cross, and they go through his hands. I know we joke about soggy bread hands and stuff like this, and limp wrists. Seriously, what are his hands made of? What the fuck are they made of?
Yeah.
A toddler could be getting down and potentially getting a better hand on it. It's fucking... I don't know your backup keeper situation. Is he injured? Is he still injured? Bayern has been injured. I mean, look...
Is he back now? Or?
I mean, this is the thing, because unfortunately when you're, outfield players, you can put in different players. You have a bigger pool to pick from. If Bayern is not available, Amorim is handcuffed here because what do you do? Chuck in a under-21 goalkeeper in Europe away at Lyon. I know what you're saying, mate, but this is the thing where it's like it could kill it's the toughest position to play. That's why.
I know, but Alex, I understand what you're meaning, but there comes a point where he is cost. I mean, you are texting, being dead ass serious with me, going, he is due one. He's not done one for a couple of weeks. It's going to happen.
I was fucking
and then
right.
He does two. So the thing is, you're not the only person thinking that. You're not the only Man United fan or even generic fan that's thinking that's a neutral. We all knew he was due one. I don't think you can afford the luxury of like going, we're going to have to just roll with him. He's that bad. I think you do need to chuck in an under-21, a kid from the academy. I think you've got to do it.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, look...
Mate, he shouldn't play another game. Not only for the reason of his performances. I mean, that alone, he shouldn't be playing for Manchester United. He should never put on the shirt again. But to have an attitude that he has got, and like Pat said, to be arrogant, and you are this shit. What is going on?
I despise him. He's my most hated Man United player of all time.
I think he's up there. He takes it near. I think he might take the title for the worst ever. He is.
I just despise him. I don't even want to look at him. He makes me feel sick. He is. He's a combination of all of our worst goalkeepers: Roy Carroll, Taibbi. This guy is a combination of all of them. If they were all blind, it's sickening how bad he is at football. And
I agree.
And yeah, fortunately, we had a guy who actually managed him before coming to our club and told the club to spend 50 million on him. And then
it's like he was playing some sort of vicious joke with United. The state he left.
It's actually personal with Ten Hag. I actually am that fucking. He has damaged the club. Forget the fucking trophies. If Ten Hag won the treble, Højlund, Mount and Onana is not worth 170 million. Even if Ten Hag won the fucking treble, it is not worth it.
Alex, I would say he has put you back about 5 to 10 years. You're 100% right, because
Christian, most important areas of the pitch: goalkeeper, striker.
Yeah,
he spent 120 million on one who can't score, one who can't stop letting them in. And they both played tonight, and they were the two worst fucking players on the pitch. Mason Mount, okay, he's an average footballer. The fact we're not even jumping on the fact he wanted to blow 60 million on him says how bad the other two are.
Yeah.
That 2023 summer is a disgrace, and Ten Hag, I honestly, God forbid another club gives him a job and gives him any sort of checkbook, because he will ruin you. That guy's talent ID. It actually made me laugh tonight because Mazraoui won the ball, broke through, actually carried it through midfield quite nicely, got to the fucking 30 yards out and just completely lost it. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of one of Ten Hag's final games when he played Mazraoui number 10. And this is the guy that we gave 600 million to and the keys to the club for 2.5 years. He played Nassar Mazraoui number 10 in a European game that we didn't win. And we wonder why he signed an absolute host of donkeys for 600 million. Just sickening, mate. And look.
Have you got to a point where you just don't recognise your own club anymore?
I don't, because I'm so angry with how bad these players are, and the fact that this goalkeeper just continually does it. He must have cost us 30 goals in under 2 seasons at the club. Yeah. I've never known a goalkeeper this bad. It's almost like a bit of a sick joke, actually. You know, like when Rio Ferdinand used to do them pranks on teammates. It's almost like Onana's doing that. He's actually doing the Rio pranks, but he's doing it on every single fan. All them fans. One of my best mates, Nicky's gone there tonight. He flew to Switzerland. He got on a train. He's travelled all that way. So many other United fans. I bet some of them didn't even have tickets. And fucking them away fans are stood up there watching him let crosses in the biggest game of this season. Yes, the season's been shit, but you get through this. We were speaking about the Europa League. You get through this quarters, you are 2 games from a final against potentially Tottenham or a Frankfurt or a mediocre club, and you can salvage the season and give the fans something. And what does he do?
Look, as bad as this United team are, you're in a position, like you say yourself, you genuinely could win the competition. But this is what I'm talking about, Alex. I don't think you can win it with him. I think there's liabilities. And then there's Onana. I don't think you've not got the luxury to bed some guy in and go, oh, it could do more damage than good. No, but look what Onana is doing. Onana is setting you back a whole season. He's going to put you out, and he's going to do it on a bigger stage as well, because the more pressure he gets, I mean, why? What is he thinking? Lumping pressure on himself. He must be mentally quite fragile as it is, the state of his performances. The fact he's lumping more pressure onto himself, he's brain dead. He's absolutely fucking brain dead. But then, to be fair, Alex, when you watch the way he plays and his decision-making in-game, I mean, he's just doing that. He's doing the same off-field. He's reflecting the same behaviour, so it doesn't really shock me.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, have you ever heard of anybody come out and go, he is the worst goalkeeper in the history of that club? Like Matic did. Matic was not saying that hating. Matic is telling the truth.
Mate, I agree. And Matic isn't even the type of player to be like a proper shithouse or transfer. He's talking facts,
Christian,
man.
That's how shit other professional footballers think Onana is, that they almost laugh at him.
The disrespect. Yeah, there's genuine disrespect towards him, and he actually deserves it.
I've got to be honest. He's been the worst goalkeeper in the league all season. He's one of the worst He is the worst goalkeeper my eyes have ever watched consistently. And yeah, he should never play again after this season. And I mean, what do you even do with him? He needs to go into the reserves and sit there until that contract's out, because nobody's spending a penny on him unless Ten Hag gets another job.
You talk about a depreciating asset, mate. He is. I don't even know what you would call him. He's a black hole of an investment. I don't know what you do with the guy. He is ultimately. It's a disaster. I don't know what you do. You're going to have to try and offload him, but I really don't know how.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate.
I don't know what you do. Who's going to take him?
Look, it's the same principle with the Danish nightmare up top as well. Awful, can't do the basics. He ran into the channel in the first half, and he's got Garnacho there for the layoff. He collects the ball, he gets the ball on the ground. The defender's not even really pressing him, and he just kicks it out of play. He doesn't even get it to Garnacho, who's 6 yards away. He is shocking. And I love it how the commentators are talking about confidence. Hang on a minute. He got his big goal drought ender 3-4 weeks ago. So
he's starting another one.
Have we just... you know what's coming back on the stream, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what's coming back, because it'll get to 90 days again. I just hope that...
Records are there to be broken, Rasmus.
I just hope that in 90 days he's actually not a Man United player, and neither's Onana. In fact, just take all of the shite that Ten Hag's bought. Ugarte was at it tonight again, another one who can't pass, doesn't know what the football's for. Typically PSG didn't look like they missed him last night, did they? When you've got Aston Villa fans on Twitter saying that PSG were the best team they've ever played in their fucking life of watching Villa. We went to PSG with 50 million and came away with a guy who can't pass. Think about that. PSG are the best team in Europe right now. We went shopping there in the summer with 50 mil and got one guy who cannot pass the ball. And to be honest, he just makes a lot of fucking fouls anyway. It's not like he's some sort of Kante off the ball either.
Alex, just a question for you.
God, it's exhausting.
Just a question for you. So obviously you've seen some outgoings, and Marcus Rashford being quite a big headline one, and we spoke about it on the pod. And of course, a United boy through and through, came through the youth, and we heard about this sort of him almost falling out of love. Rooney sort of touched on it. He said he texted him and told him he needs to get out of the club. I don't think he meant that in a bad way. I think almost for his own good, Rooney was saying it. Yeah. Do you think there is an argument to say that a player such as Marcus Rashford fell out of the club for reasons such as this? He saw the way it's gone, and he's almost just pissed off from a personal point of view.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
And he was just like, well, what's the point? Like, I'm playing with guys that are...
Obviously, it's concerning, isn't it, that a United player chose to run to Villa rather than quote-unquote putting it in. I don't know.
A United born lad come through the youth,
it's
loved by the fans. It's a bit crazy. And number 10.
Of course it is.
I just thought I'd put it out there. Listen, I know he has got his shortcomings in his attitude. It's just, I was just trying to delve into why on earth, maybe play devil's advocate. Is it possible?
I think that it must be tiresome watching shit players come in for high money when you are Rashford has had good moments at this club, and he actually ended up seriously injuring his back and playing through the pain. To watch your club go and waste, cash like we do. I mean, we spend it like it's monopoly money, and we're going to pass go in a minute. It's unbelievable. The problem is we buy Old Kent Road and put 4 hotels on it, while other clubs are buying Mayfair. It's just a joke. It's just a joke how badly run this club has been, and we are in the absolute bottom of it. And I feel sorry for Ruben Amorim, because the guy is trying his very best with this team, and to watch his team play pretty well tonight. We missed some chances as well. Did get 2 goals, and should have been a 2-0 win. At least a 2-0 win. And for a goalkeeper that he has been lumbered with by his useless predecessor is just really tough, to be honest. And he has to, let's not go back into it, but he has to sit there and take shit off certain Sky Sports pundits when he coached a 2-0 win away at Lyon in the quarters of a must-win game, comes away with a 2-2, and the tie's in the balance now because of the predecessor that certain Sky Sports pundits didn't even go anywhere near how they're treating Ruben Amorim. So, I hope.
And not only that, Alex, the irony of that is when he's talking about B team Manchester Cities or trying to be like Pep. Well, buying a goalkeeper that is good with his feet and then ending up with what you've got. I'd be more going at that and worried about what the hell he was investing in rather than going at Amorim, who has no say in this squad apart from Dorgu.
Yeah, Dorgu.
Anyway, maybe we did that yesterday. If anyone wants to catch up on that,
Dorgu had a better game. Dorgu did have a better game tonight, in fairness. And look, if Højlund could shoot, would have had an assist. In fact, Garnacho missed a tap in off a Dorgu cross as well. So fair play to Dorgu. Thought he was much more improved. And he put in some good crosses, which is what we want. Garnacho again, just fucking up 3-on-2s like it's going out of fashion. When Garnacho has a 3-on-2, does he just glaze over and just see green grass? Can he not see teammates and defenders? Because it defies belief how much that guy fucks up 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s on the counter attack. How do you do it? You'd think law of average would say that he maybe would get one right.
You're gonna bumble one into the right position
tonight. God, he has Xerxes on the overlap, Bruno to his left. He delays. Then he dumps it to Fernandes, who's stopped because he doesn't think the pass is coming. The ball, Fernandes stretches, loses it. We don't even get shots off in 3-on-2s, Christian. It's painful, and I'm exhausted. And honestly, I feel like imagine going into a final with this fucking donkey in there, and my anxiety. It's bad enough. It's bad enough sitting through a quarter-final that we should have comfortably won. We should be through now. We should be looking at Rangers and Bilbao and thinking who we're playing. Instead,
Alex, you know what?
We're dicing with death again, aren't we, on Thursday? Because we can't score. The fact we got 2 goals and that knobhead wasted it.
Yeah. And they seem to suffer more at Old Trafford as well, so it's just it's lumping the pressure on a situation that really didn't need it.
Mate,
with a group of players that already we know feel it at home for whatever reason.
Christine, it's a massive game, and now the whole season is hanging on a game at Old Trafford. I know Sociedad was, but saying that, they weren't that good actually. Lyon, I thought they were really poor, and we should have won. Well, obviously we should have won. We scored 2 goals, and our goalkeeper gave them 2, so hence the scoreline, top of the stream.
I think you would sooner take it that I know what you're saying, and you're saying, look, imagine going into a final with him, and putting a young lad in. You would feel the same. We'd all be like that if you have an unknown entity going in a big game. But me personally, and I know I can probably speak for you as well, you would feel more comfortable going in with a young lad that's going to try his heart out, and ultimately, even if he comes up short, he's not going to have that arrogance of that pleb who is just... I don't know what he is doing. And by the way, coming at Matic and talking about winning big trophies, he won 2 fucking Prems, dude. Have some respect.
You're right.
He was part of a prime midfield with him and Kante, one of the best the Prem has ever seen. Have some fucking respect. You will be known for being an absolute arse clown by even the likes of Southampton in this league. You're a fool, mate.
He's the worst goalkeeper in the Prem, and I said it on a short last night that I think I posted 20 minutes ago, because I thought, hang on a minute, I'm sure I said he's due a gaff. Found it, shorted it, go and have a look at it, like it if you want, comment. And yeah, honestly, mate, I'm just I'm just sick to death of watching some of these players. They actually just irritate me. They irritate me. You know, like when Maguire's got a sulky face. I'm just sick of looking at Højlund, Onana, and Garnacho. They actually just irritate me now. Not even the play, and they are substandard. They're just irritating. So me, I'm just. Fuck me, honestly, I can't wait till next season. I am hoping there is some mega overhauls. But I tell you what, where does this poor manager start, mate?
Alex, I was just going to say that, look, we've not got long on here tonight. I know you could run for hours after that. But I was just going to touch on this. Where would you start? We spoke about the core of Manchester United, which you're leaking goals at one end with that idiot, and you can't score at the other with the other idiot. Now, where do you start? Where do you even go to, knowing that funds are limited? You know, I'm hearing about Delap and players like that. What do you even prioritise? For me personally, I think you've got to sort him out in net. I think you can't go another game with him.
100%. I mean, I think, look, Højlund, Onana and Garnacho are three major upgrades that we need to make right now. I will deal with Dalot for another season. I'll even deal with fucking Maguire if he has to play it occasionally.
Your 6 out of 10s can run it.
I know we're going to do the play ratings in a minute, so I won't kind of interject on who I thought did play well tonight, because there was some of them did turn up tonight, and a couple of young lads particularly. So, but I do want to. So we are United fans are going to have to deal with Dalot. We're going to have to deal with Ugarte and Casemiro maybe for another season. Obviously, you have got Mainu who might be able to play in there. We don't know what's going to happen with him, but I cannot watch another season of Garnacho, Højlund, and Onana playing for this team regularly, and they are playing regularly. They're playing every game. Them two up front are useless, and him in net is the worst goalkeeper of all time. So, yeah, I think that in answer to your question, I don't know what the treasure chest is like from Jim, but assuming it's around 150 million, my God, 2 strikers and a goalkeeper, and we will live with the rest. You know what? I know we're not going to be any really. What are we going to be? Potentially 8th if we have a good season and maybe a cup run next year. Just to cheer me up, and just so I don't have to look at their faces, those three. I'm sick of it. I'm sick to death of looking at Højlund's sulky face when he loses another. He was at it again tonight. Ball's coming towards him, and he's like, stop looking at the defender and look at the fucking ball coming towards your big daft head.
You know that, Alex, the only thing worse than a shit player in your team is a shit player with a bad attitude. A shit player with an ego that thinks he's better than he is, and United have a few. Yeah. United have a fucking few. You know what I'm talking about? Even the guy that you shipped off to fucking Betis, and I know he's doing all right, but Christ, we all know what his true colours are. You know, you had Anthony, you have Garnacho, you got Onana. How are these guys? How have they got an ego issue? They're fucking awful.
I know, you're right, exactly, mate. That's crazy, the thing. Man. Yeah, it's and it's not like you're not just saying. I mean, you're probably doing them you're probably not giving them their full flowers there by saying the shit. They are the fucking pits. You know, that's the thing with Onana. You know, we joke about Højlund, our championship player, Garnacho, probably bottom half, winger, whatever he is, maybe championship himself. I would feel sorry if a championship team took Onana. I think he'd relegate him to League One. So, Onana for me is in the he is not a professional goalkeeper category. I'm sorry, he isn't. He's fucking wank. And if any club ends up, if any lower team picks him, I mean, look, I heard Ten Hag might be getting the Roma job. I'll look forward to seeing Roma in a relegation battle in the next 2 years with that manager and that goalkeeper, because I hope he takes him and Højlund. You can have him for free, you fucking bell. Let's do these play ratings, Christian, because I do want to mention, obviously, you know, don't want to sit on here all night and just be completely negative, because in another season we would have won 2-0 tonight and be 1 foot in the semis. Okay, play ratings. Onana 0. Awful. We've been through that. If you want to scroll back in the
I got you
live, you will see the thingy.
Right, next up we got Mazraoui, Alex.
6.5.
Okay.
Decent effort from Maz tonight.
Next up we got Maguire.
6. Not great, but just the usual Maguire average.
Yeah. Got a goal tonight, Lenny Yoro.
7.5, best game for the club. Aggressive on the halfway line. Showed a bit on the ball as well. Showed some bollocks. 19 years old. Very good goal, by the way. Great reactions in the box.
Yeah.
Maybe something our number 9 could probably learn off, which is a scary thing to say.
Alex, he says it all, done it, that when you said the other day when Maguire came on, looks more likely, Lenny Yoro up there. How are these guys looking more likely than a fucking number 9 that is trained to be a number 9?
Yeah.
It's shocking.
You're totally right, mate. That's it. Good instinct from Lenny for the goal, and unlucky not to come away with he's unlucky not to come away with a clean sheet.
Yeah, facts. Dallo,
decent game from Dallo, 6.5. Stupid yellow, but this is just what he does.
Yeah, Mr. Octopus in midfield, fouling everyone. Ugarte,
5, yellow card and wasteful with the ball again. Just not impressed with him. I don't think he's very good. Another 50 mil up in smoke.
Yeah, Casemiro.
Speaking of that's 70 mil up in smoke. Casemiro on it. No, Casemiro 6 gave the ball away in extra time, which actually ended up turning into a goal. Appreciate it wasn't his fault directly, but yeah, just a guy of his experience. I just expected him to manage stoppage time a little bit better. 6, he was probably average.
Yeah, fair enough. Dorgu,
6.5 for Dorgu. One of his better games. He had a tough one on Sunday against City, and tonight unlucky not to get an assist. Like I said, put one on Garnacho tapping. But he didn't go with his head this time. He did get his foot on it, but hit it into the ground. The keeper tipped it over. So yeah, but no, decent effort from Patrick Dorgu. So fair play to the lad, showing some bollocks coming back, and that's what I want to see, a bit of courage, really.
Yeah, we got Bruno Fernandes.
I did not think it was his best game. He got an assist in the end. I'm going to go 6. Even that might be quite high.
Cool. Rasmus Højlund.
1. The reason I'm giving him 1 is because I don't think it's fair anybody gets put on the same rating as Onana. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Your face annoys me. Your face annoys me slightly less than Onana's. So yeah, Højlund 1 out of 10, absolutely abysmal. No goal threat, loses every single duel that he does. When he does win the duel, he dobs it out of play. Just a shocking footballer right now.
Not like that. Yeah. Garnacho.
4. Again, similar reasons. Just fucks up every single counter attack we ever have, and again, missed a great chance that would have made it 2-1. I know Xerxes did get one in the end. But yeah, he's just wasteful. Another one that needs to go. Crap.
Yeah. Lindelof.
Oh, Victor, I've not put him on the list. He came on for Maguire at the end. Lindelof had 10 minutes. I just have to give him a 6. I didn't notice Lindelof do anything terrible, but yeah.
Then we got Mason Mount.
Mason Mount. 6, ran around a bit. Probably summarises his whole career, really, that. Xerxes 7, good goal, took it well. I think the defender actually got a nick before he headed it. I don't know if you've seen that. So to get a good contact on it from with a small deflection before it came to him was really impressive. So him and Bruno got a bit carried away in extra time, but no, good header from Xerxes, and I've no idea how he's not started the last 2 games over Højlund. I don't know what is going on there, but
yeah, very strange. I agree. Mainu, I'd be interested to know how he did. Coming back, been out a long time.
Didn't feel like he had that long on. He won the ball really well for the Xerxes goal and got it to Fernandes. Probably give him a 6 though. Got a yellow and stoppage time, give away a foul that looked like a good foul to take, but from that foul they went up the pitch and fucking bagged. So look, obviously his first game in 2 months, Mainu, 6 out of 10 average. So does that wrap it up, mate? And Ruben Amorim,
mate.
If you want to give Ruben Amorim a rating, I think that the fairest rating you can give Ruben Amorim is, I thought he coached a 2-0 away win at Lyon tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that he was a good 8 out of 10. he is sticking with his 3-4-3, sticking with the adjusted philosophy, and fair play to the guy. And I really hope that they get through on Thursday, because if they don't, I'm sure there'll be certain pundits who will be coming for him, which is bollocks, because his side should already be in the semi-final right now, and they're not, because of a goalkeeper he has been completely lumbered with. So, yeah mate, I'm just, look, we're going to do the watch-along Thursday, aren't we, with me, you and Patrick are going to be doing it again. The last time we did that, we did win 4-1, was it?
Yeah, you're hoping for a good omen.
Yeah, I'm not superstitious, but that's something. Well, Grandad would do that. What was I wearing the day we won the last game?
Yeah.
In fact, I know what Patrick was wearing, because it was
lucky socks.
It was the most impressive all-in-one Intertop that I've ever seen. So I hope I hope he's in that. But yeah, player 100%. Player ratings are at the bottom. If you want to comment and give Højlund or Onana anything worse than a 0 and a 1, feel free to.
Let us know, guys.
If you want to go down to a minus, you're on the right channel, because they could get any number. Just fucking abysmal. But thanks, Christian. I might be able to sleep now after that.
No worries, mate. Another tough night, but we've got some watch-longs to look forward to, haven't we, mate? Look forward to, enjoy whatever it's going to be.
The biggie is the second.
We will be there.
Where it is going to be Cameroonian nightmares again. I need it. What is the antidote? Is there an antidote for Cameroonian nightmares? Altai Bayindir, please just
don't play him. Yeah.
Fucking Roy Carroll back out retirement.
That's it. Anyone.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one, whenever that is. We're not sure, but definitely a watch along at the weekend, and definitely the second leg. Where we are going to be experiencing more heartburn straight from the kickoff with this fucking goalkeeper.